when we think about where do we see TV, we take a step back and we look at what does our consumer think? And I say it's an interesting question because when you come to events like this, sometimes you get stuck in an echo chamber of what we as market professionals perceive as TV. But if you go to your average consumer, if you go to 10 out of 10 consumers, they will say, I watch TV. When you double tap into that and you ask, what TV are you watching? Some will say, when I'm at home watching the big screen. Some will say, when I'm on my iPad. Some will say, when I'm on my mobile. Some might say YouTube. So the reality is for me, TV is anywhere you're consuming video content, whether that's live or on demand, and whatever screen it is.
Okay, so I guess what we're saying is TV, and we can put that circle around all of these platforms, but nevertheless, those platforms are proliferating and some would say fragmenting. Does that cause problems to an agency like your own?
So one of the things you've got to realise in the UK market is that, again, if I talk about the hype that we're seeing across when we go to industry events around CTV and the rising CTV and the death of linear, that's not quite true in the UK market. So when you look at the UK market, 75% of 35 to 45-year-olds are watching live TV, live linear TV, right? Yes, Gen Zs are streaming more and watching more on demand stuff. But even when you look at under 34-year-olds in the UK, they're pivoting from 46 to 64% on linear TV. So they're still consuming linear TV. So there's a reality from a buy side point of view. We need to put ads in front of users where the eyeballs are. Are they just on linear? No, but they are. Are they just on Google and Meta and TikTok? No, but they are. So from our point of view, our job is to try and find the audiences, irrespective of where they are, across all the devices and supply.
And so do you feel that any particular baskets of these different platforms have their own strong suits that they excel at?
Yes, I mentioned Channel 4 on the panel we just finished. And the reason why I mentioned Channel 4, why they're doing a fantastic job, is that firstly, they're a traditional broadcast channel, but they've adapted something that I implore everybody to look at. When you come to events like this again, most people look at YouTube or the big social platforms as competitors. What they need to start looking at them as is a place to distribute your content and then resell it to buy side like us. So why I think Channel 4 is doing a great job is that I believe the stat was 1.2 billion views they're seeing on social media. TikTok alone is their fastest growing social platform with 500 million views. For me, that shows quite a progressive nature where they're understanding the eyeballs that are in these social platforms, whether it's Meta, TikTok, YouTube, so they're making sure their content's available there so they can reach those eyeballs.
So it sounds like as an agency, you're very much hoping for a sort of best of both approach, whereby you have a big mainline broadcaster like Channel 4, but that it's executing well in these new platforms.
Exactly that. So for us, it's not about aligning ourselves to one supplier or one platform or one stream. It's around understanding where the users are on a day-to-day basis, what the goal is for our clients, and marrying the two.
And so finally, looking through 2025, what are you feeling most excited about?
That's a really good question. 2025, I'm looking forward to getting past the death of the third-party cookie and really just focusing on how to find the right users in a privacy first way. I'm looking forward to seeing further growth in video addressable TV. And I'm looking forward to what we're seeing right now, and we're at an inflection point. What we're seeing is media converging. So as we're seeing media converging, I'm looking forward to actually tackling that challenge head on for our brands to say, how do we find users, irrespective of where they are, irrespective of the channel, at that right place, at that right time, with the right creative in order to deliver a business outcome for them.